Don't mind me. I'm just doing what most families do when company is coming. Sweep our dirt neatly under the rug, careful not to cause attention to the pain sleeping underneath. The only problem is it lies awake in me. You see, what goes on in this family stays in this family, at least that's what we're taught, which is why generational curses continue. Too afraid to uncover what generations before us did, so busy masking our wounds we don't recognize the same hurt can affect our kids, and no, it's not intentional. I mean, no one ever taught us how to heal, so we just put a Band-Aid on it, and that's just how we deal. We have become the masters of disguise. And life's big masquerade, boss. See, no one sees the real you. The pain you dress up in designer clothes so your wounds won't bleed through. Painted on smiles while family secrets infect us to the bone. I guess that's why there's so many skeletons in the closet. You cannot heal that which is covered. So today we are exposing our truths. No longer content with lying in a bed of lies so we can begin to heal our future mask off. I know, doctor, but I know unhealed wounds can become an infection. So while you thought you just had trust issues, you didn't realize it began with the moment you were molested. Trust shattered before it could begin. So you travel through life brick-hearted, careful not to let anyone in your heart space, but no in means no out. So the pain just suffers in a silent place. And a little girl who just needed a hug and someone to believe her was left with her innocence under the family rug. How many times are you going to cover a black eye before you realize you're standing right where your mother stood? Taking the same abuse you swore you never would. See, now the family rug has been passed down to you like a keepsake, and you're using it the same way she did to keep the secret safe, while allowing a man to abuse you physically and mentally. Dysfunction becomes functional when you practice enough. And you have this happiness act down like you're on Broadway. I mean, you hide your abuse well until you go home at night. He calls you out your name, and that's the cue for the next fight. Happiness over and seen. Daddy, did you know I waited for you? I waited for you on the front porch until the sun became the moon. I'm 29 now, and I can't quite pinpoint the moment I stopped waiting for you, but in the men I dated tried replacing you. Thinking one day I'd be the apple of his eye like I long to be yours, but I seem to always fall short for the sake of affection. I guess that brings me back to the black eye in my reflection. I didn't recognize my own worth, so I tried to force what wasn't sent by God to work. I was caught in a cycle. I could never fix my lips to admit she was a crack addict. That's not something that just rolls off your tongue. After all, she was my mother and my example of strength. And I couldn't understand how we got to this moment of weakness. Up thinking about where you were and what you were doing left my night sleepless. It's like our roles were reversed. But as I dared to pull up your family rug, I realized your Band-Aid wasn't the only one that was drugs. It was generational. But I sit here willing to bear it all to break the curses of unspoken pain. Our family background is not an excuse to fall short of our purpose, but the bricks that lay the foundation that build our character. You see, the struggle was worth it. Wounds become scars that are proof of our survival, but our pain was never meant to be hidden or lifelong like vintage, so I'm choosing now to be healed so the same diseases don't affect my lineage. I am throwing away this family rug that has been the source of decades of unresolved anguish. Today, we forgive. Accept apologies we never received. Forgive others for the happiness they stole, and we forgive ourselves for the people we hurt in our broken place. Hurt people hurt people. Our scars are a testimony that God is a heart mender, restorer of all things broken. He is the father I desperately needed, and I am the apple of his eye. He is the strength I needed in my mother's weakness, the reason she can hold addiction up and say, because of him, I beat this. Because of him, I beat this. God hand-stitched my broken heart, knocked down the brick wall and released me from the silent place. And I've proven I can endure it all so I can help catch the next generation before they fall and show them what it means to be whole. No more Band-Aids on our brokenness. That's no longer how we deal. It is this position. It is this position. And by his stripes that we begin to heal.